Good morning and welcome to our Wednesday devotional. A little bit different than we have been doing. We have been doing a Wednesday midday service. However, we have switched to a new format of devotions with me on Wednesdays. So thank you for joining. I look forward to our time together. And these first few weeks, I would like to explore Romans and the themes of Martin Luther through Romans. So, on Saturday morning one time, I stopped at this large grocery store. And as I was walking to the entrance, I saw this red Corvette. It had stopped right in the lane in front of the store, and I started to cross in front of it. He had stopped to let me go. And this happens thousands of times, as I know it has happened to you, where a car stops to let me pass in front of it, but this time I hesitated. I thought, Corvettes go really fast, and they can pick up right away. But I crossed anyways. I had faith and put my faith in that driver that he was going to stay right where he needed to. And he did. I remained unharmed, and my faith in him turned out really well. We have different times in our lives that we use faith. We trust if we call 911 that the operator will direct our call to the fire station who will be to our house right away. We rely on a bank manager to have the money when we show up to stop at the ATM. We believe that our closest friend will not betray our trust and hold a confidential conversation. We have faith, we trust, we believe, we rely on, and we all put our reliance in something. And of course, those things get misplaced at times. I remember one time my friend's mom had one of those old wooden chairs that become wobbly after use, and she needed a light bulb change. One of those chairs, of course, the joints had dried out over time, and his mom climbed up on that chair with the light bulb in hand, and the next thing he knew, she came crashing down. She had put her trust in a chair that was untrustworthy. Now, sometimes we put our faith in drivers to stop at red lights so crashes don't happen. We've heard about 911 operators who did not take someone seriously. We sometimes believe friends will keep secrets, but they tell someone otherwise. We trust that our money with our financial advisors is safe, and it suddenly disappears. And we place our trust and faith and belief in the wrong people sometimes. Now, this is important. And in Romans, Paul starts off his letter with this clear confession of the gospel. It begins with God's promises. Clear back to Adam and Eve when they fell on sin and they heard that their offspring, one of their descendants, would someday crush Satan's head. They learned that from Isaiah that God would suffer, that he would be sent for his people, but he would be beaten and he would be bloodied and he would be bruised. And all of the people looked forward to the day that that Messiah would come and bring salvation to the world. That gospel of Jesus, Paul was not ashamed to tell anyone and everyone that his faith in Jesus Christ was true. And this is important for us to follow the example of too. Now, in our spiritual lives, there is an option for us. And it is that we choose to have faith. And that salvation is for everyone. Everyone, absolutely everyone. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. John 14:6. He also says, I will go with Jesus over and over and be happy enough on my own. Now, my faith is in Jesus and him alone, and Paul's was, and I pray that yours is too. In 1546, the great reformer of this church, Martin Luther, approached the last moments of his life. He was 62 years of age, not in good health, and had spent the last 30 years of his life fighting for the truth and faith, that faith alone brings salvation. He taught that Jesus alone makes our relationship with God right and good. His sermons came back to Jesus, and he called the people to trust in the Savior. When death was near, Martin Luther was asked by his friend Justus, do you want to die standing firm on Christ and the doctrine that you have taught? He answered empathetically, after 62 years, yes. Luther's last words were, we are beggars. This is true. He would not trust in anyone or anything else. It was Jesus, only Jesus, that offered salvation great and free. Now I ask you to do the same and carry that grace and love of Jesus Christ with you out into the world this week. Thank you for joining me for this time. I hope to see you on Sunday at either the 9:31 or 10:45 service, either here at Lord of Life or on Facebook Live. Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you all, and we will see you soon. God bless.